Then, you know, 2022, that was probably the worst year of our life.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah. Our mother was habitually late. She, as we said before, she was a holiday person. She loved to
Big holiday.
celebrate. Even though we were always like, no, you don't have to do that. You're doing too much.
Hmm.
Let's just take a step back. She, was not having it. So it was Easter 2026. We're waiting for this Easter dinner. Sarah and her family come to my house. We're waiting for my mom and dad, who literally lived 12 houses down,
Yeah.
to get there.
Hmm.
And my mom comes and she's like, I just don't feel well.
And the whole family was there. Like usually my youngest stepdaughter spends Easter with her mom. But she decided to spend it with us.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody was there.
Mm-hmm.
Your son.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the whole crew was there. Everybody was there. My mother-in-law,
Mm-hmm.
everybody. Everybody
So
was there.
she's just like, oh, I don't feel well. And so Nurse Dara jumps in action and she takes her blood pressure. She checks her, puts the pulse ox thingy on her finger. And at that time, didn't seem anything too out of order.
I don't remember this.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
sure it happened.
no, it was nothing really out of order. So,
I probably told her to call her doctor.
yeah, yeah. So that was Sunday. Thursday, my mom calls me. I'm at work. I text her, I'll call you back. 15 minutes later.
Oh, she also calls me at work, and I just started a new job in the emergency room,
Mm,
and I didn't answer. And I said, I'm at work, and I can't talk because the emergency room's a crazy place. I've only been here like 3 weeks.
so after her calling me, she then texts me and says, can you take me to the emergency room?
So from the story we previously told, she does never, ever, ever, ever says that. So we knew it was serious
Mm-hmm.
and scary.
Mm-hmm. To the point where we dropped everything. I told my client, I'm like, I gotta go. My next client was my cousin. I was like, we gotta go to the house. And we took her to the emergency room because her blood pressure was all over the place. All over the
Yeah,
place.
all over. It would be too high, then it'd be too low.
And I
Yeah.
said, let's call 911. Oh no, you can take me. I'm gonna get a bag. Even though my dad could have taken her, she waited. It wasn't very long, but waited until
Mhm.
I got there to take her to the emergency room. We get there and, they take her back and she already starts with her nonsense. Oh, they want to run this to us. Oh, they want to do that. Oh, they're going to try to keep me overnight. I'm not staying overnight.
Yeah.
You are staying. You are absolutely staying overnight.
Where's my work bag? I need my work laptop. Oh, I need to do this. This needs to get done.
Yeah. And we were like, no, you were doing absolutely none of that. So they keep her. The last thing that she says to me before we leave the hospital was, go and take your dad and get him something to eat because the other day he left the stove on and almost burned the kitchen down. So you're giving me this information now that we are in the emergency room that my dad is getting worse.
Yeah, our
Okay.
mom protected us a lot from how bad our dad was getting.
But I think also she was in big denial.
She wasn't, yeah. Goes back to what we talked about before. Sometimes your family's in denial and you need to advocate for people in your life.
Right. So our mom's in the hospital Friday, Saturday. They decide they want to do open heart
Hearts.
bypass surgery.
Yeah.
So that was happening on a Sunday. So now
Mhm.
it's been a week since Easter.
Mm-hmm.
And
And it's still like COVID precautions. So we can only visit her at certain times. Only certain amount of people can visit per
yeah, I think it was two
time.
people at a time. So yeah, She's, bring my laptop. I'm like, I'm going to bring your laptop. You can send one email and then I'm taking it back. I'm not leaving it here with you.
Yeah. I have to put my time in. Girl, your salary is fine. I'm sure they could figure it out.
Right.
You've been at this job since I was in high school. I'm sure they know that you're not.
Like, come on, lady. And so she has surgery that Sunday. And we did a video call
at like 5 a.m.
Yeah. And how you feeling? We prayed because we're a praying family.
We are.
We're a cussing and a praying family, just to let you know. Because, God knows we're a work in progress.
We are. We're work in progress.
And she goes to have the surgery. And we're waiting.
Like
The call.
hours. So her surgery was supposed to start at like 6. And I'm like, that's noon. That's been a long time. It's 1 p.m. It's been a long time. It's 3 p.m. Something is definitely not right.
And we get the call that they did the surgery. They had to do way more than what they had expected to do. It wasn't just a simple bypass. And that they couldn't get her blood pressure to stabilize.
Yeah, I don't even remember what it was. I think it was like a cabbage times 4 times 8
9.
times 9. Was it? Was it cabbage times 9?
9.
Okay, I believe you. I blocked that out. It's dramatic. I blocked it out.
And yeah, they couldn't. The surgeon did a bunch of rerouting. He even drew us a map of everything that he did to her heart. And they're like, we're going to give her till tomorrow. We're going to see, So we went to see her.
They put her on ECMO.
Yeah, which, if you don't know what ECMO is.
Good for you. Good for you. I hope you never have to know what it is. I pray that is something that you never have to experience.
So, Nurse Sarah, for the studio audience, why don't you tell them, what is ECMO?
It's bypass. Essentially, it's bypass. So your heart doesn't have to work. There's a machine that it's just doing the work for your heart.
So for all the laymen out there, it's life support.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. There's lots of forms of life support. It's one of the forms of life support.
So yeah, we went to see her. Her chest was open. It looks like she had press and seal over her chest. We went to see her first before we took our dad. And I think we took our dad the next day. And our dad proceeded to pass out on the floor because our parents were married at that time 49 years.
Yeah.
So.
And had known each other since they were like 6 or 7.
Right.
Like they're a year apart. So. Yeah.
Right. So we're still waiting, to make sure that her pressure stabilizes.
Yeah. So they take her back to the OR. It's not successful.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I was supposed to like write a paper for school or something, and I didn't do it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, hey, I didn't do it. I didn't do my work. This is what happened to me. And then
we got probably a really scary call.
Yeah. So then on Tuesday, I'm student nurse Sarah. I'm at my clinicals. I'm freaking out. Mm-hmm. And Elena gets a call
that says, you need to come to the hospital right now.
Yeah. So I tell my instructor, shout out to all the amazing instructors I had. Like, shout out. My instructor was like, do you need me to drive you there? Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, amazing. Which might be inappropriate, but she's retired now, so they can't do anything to her. But just like the fact that people cared that much is amazing.
And like the first thing that went through my mind was my mom was gone. But the nurse on the phone said, your mom's still with us. The doctor just wants to talk to you all as a family. Which I feel like that's never good.
That isn't good. I was like, oh my gosh, are they going to ask us to like
take her off life support?
And I'm like, and what decisions? So, our dad's not well.
And he already passed out.
Yeah, our dad's not well. He already passed out. Before she went into surgery, she told the doctor that I'm the decision maker. And I was like, what? I'm the youngest.
That's what you get for being a nurse.
I wasn't even a nurse then. I was still a student. I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah. And they just wanted to let us know that they needed to transfer our mom to another hospital.
Yeah, that she needed a higher level of care.
Different set of skills.
That's right.
So yeah, that's what they moved her. Shout out to the fabulous nurses at Allegheny General Hospital.
Yeah. 12C. We
One
love
of
you.
the
We love you.
worst places that I think I have ever been, but I am so thankful for the staff and the nurses and the care that they not only gave our mom, but that they gave to us as well.
They loved on us the whole time. The whole time. And we were so blessed. So she was supposed to have a different surgeon when she got there. And we got Dr. Lee, who eventually just turned into Candace. She would call me and be like, Tara, this is Candace. I'm like, Candace, Dr. Lee.
Yeah.
Who would. And the crazy part about it was I was doing clinicals at Allegheny General. So I'd go to my clinicals, and then on lunch break, when all the other kids were going to the cafeteria, I would go up and I would sit with my mom.
Because at that time, again, well, she was already on the ICU floor.
Yeah. But see,
I don't know. I just know it was the floor that we were on.
the surgical cardiothoracic floor.
She was on the ICU floor. But still, it had to be the same two people could only go in a 24-hour period.
Yeah.
It was Dara and I
Yeah.
every day going to the hospital.
But on Tuesdays, like that's when somebody else could come because I wasn't a visitor because I was in clinicals. And one day I was there, like in my little clinical scrubs, and this lady walked in like, wow, these students really care about their patients. Because I'm there holding my mom's hand, brushing her hair.
Gosh.
And I was like, oh, she's my mother. Like, I'm just not some sort of weirdo student.
I feel like you should have kept it going. Man, these
These students, they're the best.
She was in the hospital from April until August, we'll say.
Yeah.
In some form or another. She had a really rough road. We knew
Yeah.
that she was going to have a rough road.
That'll be a whole nother. She gets her own episode. Yeah. It was traumatic. We had to do a lot of stuff.
That is when the concept for Where's the Adult grew, because every day we're like, where's the fucking adult that's supposed to take care of this stuff?
Yeah.
We are not it.
Because our he went downhill quickly.
Yeah. Yes.
Quickly. Yeah. We'll explain more in future episodes, but where was he? He was getting in cars with strangers. He was
Yeah.
just driving places, not answering his phone. We had to take his car.
So bad to the point that one day he came to my house and asked if I was going to the hospital that day. And I said, I'm not going. Dara and her husband were at the hospital. And he said, oh, okay. He then proceeds to get in his car and drive to the hospital. Now, we're probably about 20-ish minutes, 25 minutes from the hospital. And it's highway. My dad was driving 25 miles an hour on the highway
Yeah.
to a place where he didn't know where he was going,
And it
didn't know how to use GPS.
No, it took him about 90 minutes to get there.
And so at that point, I was so upset that I ended up in the ER because my blood pressure was off the charts.
Because it's so scary. Was he going to hurt himself, or was he going to
Cause an
hurt or
accident.
kill someone else?
So going to be lost because he'd already
He had
been lost. He had already been driving somewhere familiar to him
Yeah.
and got lost.
So Pittsburgh's kind of close to Ohio, like relatively, like hour or two away, depending on where you're going. So my parents were supposed to meet me rewind. This is March before she goes in the hospital. They were supposed to meet me for a birthday dinner, and my mom calls and says, we can't meet you because your dad is lost in Ohio. And I was like, what? I think he took the wrong exit. I'm really not sure, but he's very upset and we have to go get him.
So my call was, your dad's lost. Oh, okay. He's lost where? Oh, he was on his way to Costco, and yeah, he's lost. I don't understand what you're saying to me right now.
Yeah.
What do you mean he's lost? Like, he's lost in Costco? No, he's lost. I don't know where he's at. He doesn't know how to use the GPS on his phone. I think he's on the side of the road somewhere. Somewhere where? So eventually we were able to figure out exactly where he was, made him stay put, and my mom and I had to drive to Ohio, which was about 45 minutes, to go and get him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So him just driving to the hospital, caused me great distress.
Yeah.
Great distress. So while our mom's in the hospital, we're now taking care of our dad too, and checking on our grandmother,
Yeah.
who's in her facility.
During this period also ends up in the hospital. So
In the same hospital.
our grandmother was on the 10th. Was she on the 10th floor
I think so.
or the 9th floor? I don't know. She was on the neuro floor, not on the ICU, just basic neuro. And then our mother was on. So we would like move down between because the ICU closes periodically throughout the day. So we would go down there and then we'd go back up and
Right. So we were in it.
yeah.
So, like, all of our adults
Oh,
who, our mom, the rock of our family, would have been the person to be like, okay, hey, Lenny's in the hospital. Sadie's in the hospital. Lauren's acting up. What are we supposed to do? But we couldn't ask our person because sometimes our person was sedated.
yeah.
Sometimes our person couldn't communicate with us.
The majority of the time, she couldn't communicate with us.
Yeah. Yeah.
She couldn't. Yeah.
And it just, it just continued to go downhill. Mom eventually passed away in August of 2022 after we had made all sorts of plans to have her home and adjust her house so that she could be home.
And separate house for her and get her a flute.
Yes, my sister wanted my mom to be a flautist like Lizzo.
Yes, because she played the flute before. And I'm like, oh, this will help her lungs. It's going to play the flute.
Yes. And so our mom dies in August. Then our grandmother dies in March of 2023. And we have to now put our dad into a facility because our dad is going rogue. He's harassing women. He's, depending on how old you are, he's looking for Farmore, and Farmore been closed for years.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
And it's just too much because we're trying to grieve the passing of our mom and take care of this man who's acting a fool.
I'm still trying to graduate nursing school.
Yes.
Still
Yes.
trying to
And
graduate.
at one point, Dara's like, maybe I should quit nursing school. And I said, absolutely not. You are not quitting nursing school because your mother would be real mad.
She would be real mad. She would. So it wasn't until after she died that I found out that she always wanted me to be a nurse. So our mom she would never tell you what she wanted you to be. That wasn't her style.
She wasn't the lovey, cuddly, praising parent.
But she also wouldn't push you. She wouldn't be like, you need to be a nurse. So it wasn't until after that her friends were like, your mom was so proud. She always wanted you to be a nurse. I was like, why aren't you telling me?
Because she would always tell other people, but she would never tell you directly.
Yes.
But I have to say, one of our biggest takeaways of that time period was the amount of time that we got to spend with her.
Yeah.
That we probably we would not have spent with her if she wasn't in the hospital.
We wouldn't have. No. Mm-mm. We were there every day. If I wasn't in class, I was at the hospital.
For hours. We were there for as long as the
Hours.
visiting hours were open.
And even if they weren't open. So one day she had surgery. I was at the hospital at like 4:30. Was sleeping in the. That's why she gets her whole. She she gets her whole her own episode. But yeah, we were there all the
You
time.
and one of her friends.
But yeah, but she came later. But yep, I was there. Like, yep,
Wow.
curled up, sleeping on the. Yep.
And let me just give a little sidebar about hospitals and hospital waiting rooms. If there's a sign in the waiting room, that is usually because somebody has tried it before.
Yeah.
So in our waiting room, it said no, no cooking, no bedding, because someone had brought in a whole bed, like a whole mattress with bedding, and a George Foreman grill, and was just making themselves at home. Which, after all the time that we've spent there, I totally get it.
Yeah.
But come on, folks. Home training.
Yeah. Because going to the hospital will make you go broke between parking and
Mhm.
eating. Yeah.
Thank you to our tribe, okay? Because our tribe, which we will definitely be talking about them in later episodes, but our tribe really came through with making sure that we had parking money before we figured out that we could have a parking pass.
Yeah.
Meals, and making sure that we were eating, checking on us, checking on our dad.
Yes.
Huge shout out to our friend Heather, who always supplied the beef
Oh,
sandwiches and
Arby's.
milkshakes to our dad.
Yeah.
So that was, it was a time. And it's still a time because our dad's still here. And even though he's in a facility, he still gives us a run for our money.
Even though he went from being dad to Lloyd,
Yeah.
because sometimes he doesn't, he knows us, but he doesn't know us.
Right.
I get stories about Dara all the time. Some of them are bad. Sometimes, apparently, this Dara is a bit of a handful.
Sarah and her science.
And my dad has to tell me all about Dara and all the bad things she does. How I have to say, oh, that Dara sounds like she's the worst. Yeah. And I'll say, Dad, who am I? My daughter. But I don't have a name. I'm just his daughter because he's slowly losing.
Right. Right. We'll definitely be talking more about Lloyd and, moving him to the facility and the feelings of having to move him and
Yeah.
having to let family members know this is a decision that we have to make for our dad because we can no longer look after him and we want him to be safe.
Yeah.
I don't want to get a call that, hey, we got your dad in lockup because, he said something crude to someone and they're not realizing that he has Alzheimer's because, again, he'll be 72. He looks like a normal dude.
Or something worse happens because he also is hard of hearing.
Oh, yeah.
So if the police came and were like, put your hands up, he'd be like, huh? Huh? Because he can't hear. He has hearing aids.
He just doesn't wear them.
He doesn't wear them because in his mind, he's 21 and 21-year-olds don't need hearing aids.
Yeah. And he did tell us before we took the car, and we took the car by telling him Dara needed her car fixed.
Yeah.
Dara's car's been getting fixed for 2 years now. But we were like, Dad, what if you get pulled over? And he's like, oh, the police are nice. They'll just tell me to leave my car. I'm like, Dad, it doesn't work like that. Because his license had been revoked because of his cognitive impairment.
Yeah.
But he wasn't hearing it. So again, as the adults, we had to step in to make him safe.
Yeah. So all that trauma that we just shared with you, that's why we started this podcast, because we can't go through all this by ourselves we've learned so much because we are Pittsburgh. Shout out Mr. Rogers. We are going to introduce you to the adults that we have come across, the adults in our neighborhood that we've come across. We're going to talk to you about why it's important to have a gerontologist, why it's important to have an elder care lawyer. What do they really do?
How to build a good support system.
Yeah.
How to take care of yourself during the times of caregiving.
Yes. Like me. You're just not going to be like, oh, I got pneumonia, whatever. Like, how can you prevent that kind of stuff?
How to talk to your family when, you know, you have to make those hard decisions.
Yeah. And we're also going to introduce you to caregivers we know
Mhm.
because unfortunately, caregivers collect caregivers.
Yeah.
We see each other once every 2 years because we're too busy caregiving.
Yeah.
But, there's a lot of amazing resources out there that we really want to spotlight and shine a light on. So even though we feel like, we're pretend grown-ups
Yeah.
because our mom was the adult.
Yeah.
And now that she's gone, I guess we're the adults, but we're not.
And we don't want other caregivers to, one, have to feel like they're in it alone.
Yeah.
And two, if we can help prevent somebody from having to go through the trauma that we went through, we're all about that.
Oh, 1,000%. 1,000%. Yeah.
Man, did we learn some stuff.
Unfortunately. But we've collected a awesome tribe.
We have.
Like an awesome group. Like, yeah.
And we got some great stories. You're going to hear the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm the crier in the family, so I'm definitely going to, I'm sure, shed some tears because it was some rough shit.
I know. I am not the crier, but I got a little choked up. I was just like, oh, what is happening?
Yeah, because, it's going to be therapeutic for us to get these things out and hopefully helpful to the people who are listening as well.
Yeah, at the end of the day, like, yeah, we can't learn all this stuff just for us. We have to get it out in the world.
And as our mother would say, we need to be a blessing to others.
Be a blessing to others. That's right.
So yeah, we hope that you're ready to take this ride with us because, man, it's going to be something.
Giddy on up.
So we got anything else?
You can find us on Facebook and Instagram.
We have an Instagram?
Maybe not.
No, we do. We do have an Instagram.
We are not the best on social media, but we're a work in progress.
We're going to do better.
Maybe we might be even on the Tickety Talk.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. We'll see. You can find our podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. If you like it, please rate and review. If you have constructive feedback, please let us know. If you just hate it, then just keep
it to
scrolling.
yourself.
Keep scrolling. We believe in positivity over here.
Yeah.
But
thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening. And remember to subscribe so we'll pop up in your feed.